Hello, and welcome to the Virtual Candidate Information Night. I'm Joni Swidnicki, the Senior Election Official, and the purpose of this evening's meeting is to provide some information on general topics for the 2022 municipal election. And in addition, I will provide some material that is specific to this municipality. For anyone who has attended these sessions in either 2018 or 2019, much of the material is the same. However, there have been some updates from both the province and the municipality. Also, if you pick up any background noise, please forgive us. There is construction going on currently at our office location. The agenda for this meeting or this presentation, what I will be doing is reviewing guiding legislation, qualifications of a candidate, the purpose of a municipality, the role of council, some general duties, important dates to remember, campaign trail information that you may want to have, some information specific to the Oakland-Wawanesa Council, and then if we were doing this in person, there would be a question and answer period, but I'll provide you information on how you can get a hold of me. So for the guiding legislation, there are a number of pieces of legislation that are in effect. There's the Municipal Act, the Municipal Council and School Boards Elections Act, the Municipal Council's Conflict of Interest Act, the Municipal Amalgamation Act, Campaign Expenses and Contributions Bylaw, and the Use of Municipal Resources Bylaw. So for your information, the Municipal Act is more candidate and council member orientated. It sets out such things as the date of elections, the ward system, eligibility, rights of employees during elections, campaign financing, disqualification of members, commencement of the term of office, the first council meeting and the oath of office, vacancies and by-elections, and the term of office. The Municipal Council and School Boards Election Act is much more related to the process of running an election, and it speaks to things such as voters' eligibility, nomination, scrutineers, political activities at a polling place, voting opportunities, mobile voting, counts and recounts, challenging results of an election vote. The Municipal Council's Conflict of Interest Act is in place to ensure transparency, but it does not prohibit a council member from contracting with the municipality so long as the terms common to other contracts with other individuals or companies are followed. The Municipal Amalgamation Act is what was used to establish the municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa. That's set out in Regulation 34, and it determines how councils will be elected. The Campaign Expenses and Contribution Bylaw is a bylaw of the municipality that establishes the limits allowed for expenses and contributions in accordance with provincial legislation, and it provides for the reporting of these. The Municipal Resources Bylaw is a new bylaw that has been put into place by the province, and it imposes a 42-day election period in which use of municipal resources, logos, etc. is prohibited unless all of that information would be provided to all candidates and not just to incumbents. The qualifications of a candidate, so those are set out in the Municipal Act. A candidate must be at least 18 years of age on election day, be a Canadian citizen, a resident of Manitoba, a voter in Oakland-Wawanesa, and not subject to any disqualifications under the Municipal Act or any other act. And I would note there are some individuals who are disqualified from being elected by virtue of their occupation, and that includes a judge, a municipal, an MLA, so a member of Legislative Assembly, or a senator, or a municipal employee from that municipality. The purpose of a municipality is to provide good government, to provide services, facilities, or other things that, in the opinion of council of the municipality, are necessary or desirable for all or part of the municipality, and to develop and maintain safe and viable communities. The role of council is to develop and evaluate the policies and programs of the municipality, for ensuring that the powers, duties, and functions of the municipality are appropriately carried out, and for carrying out powers, duties, or functions that are expressly given to council under the Municipal Act or any other act. The general duties. Each member of council has the following duties to fulfill: to consider the well-being and interests of the municipality as a whole, and to bring council's attention anything that would promote the well-being or interest of the municipality. And that can be hard to do when you are voted in by ward system, to keep in mind that your duty is to consider the well-being and interest of the municipality as a whole. To participate generally in developing and evaluating any of the policies and programs of the municipality. To participate in meetings of the council or of a council committee or other body to which you are appointed. To keep in confidence a matter that is discussed at a meeting closed to the public until the committee decides that it is going to be made available to the public. And that one's important to remember because it can result in charges on a breach of code of conduct if you are releasing information that is confidential. You do need to comply with the code of conduct for members of council, and to perform any other duty or function imposed on the member by the council or by this or any other act. In addition to performing the duties of the members of council, the head of council also has some additional duties: to preside when in attendance at a council meeting, except where the procedures bylaw or any other act would otherwise provide, to provide leadership and direction to council, and to perform any other duty or function assigned to the head of council by this or any other act. And this is under the Municipal Act. And in most municipalities, your head of council is your typical spokesperson. There are some important dates to remember. So the head of council campaign registration opened on May 1st and closes on September the 20th. Councillor campaign registration opened on June 30th and it runs to September the 20th. The nomination period commences September the 14th and closes on September the 20th. Election day is October the 26th. The term of office commences at noon on October the 27th. And we have an orientation and the swearing in ceremony established on November the 8th. Council indemnity, that is set by the Indemnity Bylaw 05 of 2018 as amended. And it includes an annual indemnity payment that is paid monthly for attending regular meetings. It sets out per diem indemnities for any special meetings or conferences, and it provides for traveling and a living expense. It should be noted that this bylaw should likely be reviewed once each term. And currently, the council the head of annual indemnity $806.85 per month. Councillors receive $762.01 per month. For other meetings, if they are under 2 hours, the fee is $51.66. For 2 to 4 hours, the fee is $103.32. Over 4 hours is $154.98. And the mileage as set by the province was currently sitting at 61 cents per kilometer. So determine what your platform is going to be and what it is that you stand for. What is your vision? The one caution I would make in this regard is to make sure that you are acting or speaking within the jurisdiction that is allowed to municipal members of council, and not campaigning on areas where you don't have jurisdiction, such as improving the healthcare system. You can certainly lobby for it, but that actually falls in provincial jurisdiction. Voting opportunities. There are a number of voting opportunities that you may want to be aware of when you go out campaigning. Sealed envelope voting can commence as early as September 28th and runs through to October the 23rd. Anybody interested in that can contact the municipal office, and we can either arrange for that here in the office, or we can arrange to mail a sealed envelope out to you. Advanced voting is going to take place on October the 15th from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. For Ward 1, Wawanesa, that is going to take place in the Wawanesa Municipal Office. Wards 2 and 3 will be held in the Carroll Hall, and that is for the advanced voting. Mobile voting at the Wawanesa Personal Care Home is currently set for October the 20th to commence about 10 o'clock, and typically we are finished any of the voting at the personal care home by about 11. Election Day, which again is Wednesday, October the 26th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Ward 1, Wawanesa, will be at the Wawanesa and District Community Hall. Ward 2, which is now that area north of Road 43 North, will be held at the Nesbitt Hall. And Ward 3, which is south of Road 43 North, will be at the Carroll Hall. Vote counting. So the sealed envelope, advance, and mobile polls will be counted at the Wawanesa Municipal Office. Ordinary polls will be counted at their respective places, and the results will be called into the office. If during your campaigning you are wanting to speak about the budget, some general information is that the 2022 budget was prepared using a harmonized mill rate with the use of special levies and local improvements for additional services. The use of special levies was to reduce the impact of assessment that has been shown on agricultural lands. Wawanesa also has additional special levies for the lagoon and a larger share of the recreation ice plant levy. And the Wawanesa utility is required to pay for itself in accordance with provincial legislation. So for council information, if you are elected to council, council meetings are currently held on the third Tuesday of each month in the Wawanesa Municipal Office, commencing at 9 a.m. Meetings are typically between 1.5 to 2 hours long. The date, time, and place is established in council's procedure bylaw, and this is council's bylaw and can be amended as necessary, and it should be reviewed at least once per term. Special meetings are called when necessary. The dates and times and duration will vary depending on the issue and the availability of council members. Committees and other meetings is established in the organizational bylaw. Again, this is one of council's bylaws and can be amended as necessary. It should be reviewed at least once each term. Currently, there are committees that are Legislative and Finance Committee, Personnel and Policy Committee, Public Works and Transportation Committee, the Board of Revision, and there is an ad hoc committee for the office building and the shop construction. Council members are also appointed to other outside agencies, boards, and committees, such as the Wawanesa Valley Lodge, Museum, Handy Transit, and the Souris River Recreation Commission. The time spent on committees varies greatly by committee, and it can also vary by the time of year or whatever the current issues are. For regular council meetings, the agendas are prepared and sent electronically to the members of council in advance of the meetings. They are sent out on Fridays, and the meeting is Tuesday, so that gives council members an opportunity to review the package. And if they've got any questions or if they've got something that they're not certain of, they've got the opportunity to call in and speak to me as the CAO with any related questions. And the agenda, along with supporting documentation, is also posted on the website to provide information to residents. That also gives residents an opportunity, if they've got questions or comments or concerns, that they can raise it to their council member before the item is brought forward to council. There is an expectation that as a successful candidate, you will have reviewed the agenda package and be familiar with the items. For training and workshops, there are a number of training sessions, workshops, and conventions that are held throughout the year, either with the provincial body, the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, or by other sources as well. These sessions provide an excellent opportunity to network with your counterparts in other municipalities, as well as with members of senior levels of government. In addition, keynote speakers and breakout sessions offer educational opportunities that provide insight into emerging trends, anticipated legislation, or changes in policy that municipalities may need to be aware of. These sessions are over and above what would be considered your normal council work. And then, of course, there is the informal work. Preparing for and attending council meetings is only one part of a councillor's duty. There are always the need to be available to consult with residents, other council members, members of senior government, as well as taking part in any social events, such as grand openings, giving and receiving grants or bursaries, or other community events. If you have questions on how time-consuming this part of the work could be, you can always reach out to one of the current council members, and they could certainly share any of their knowledge or tips or tricks. So if you are elected, one of the first things that's going to be up on your plate, there will be a need to get a local improvement levy in place for construction of the public workshop in Nesbitt, as well as commencing work on the 2023 budget. One of the biggest review items that you will probably have to contend with will be reviewing the tender for the shop building. So if you have any questions about this presentation, or if you would like to arrange to pick up a registration package, please call me, Joni Swidnicki, at 204-824-2666. Thank you, and I anticipate and look forward to your questions. Bye for now.